Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum Salam. So sorry for inconvenience. Anyhow, we are just once again together. So I am sharing my screen. I'm sure you can see the slide
Yeah,
over
I
there.
can.
So
Yeah.
this time we are coming with the geometry. There is a very simple problem. We will have to tackle this by applying two methods. So it's a word problem, geometry, problem solving, quantitative reasoning, and let's see what the next is. So we are just immediately starting this.
Okay.
So it's geometry triangle basics problem solving. Triangle is very we can say the basic figure of geometry, and it has
Okay.
some properties. So let's see what is the problem just now. Please read this one.
One sec. Okay. In triangle ABC, which of the following would be the perimeter of the unit if side AB measures 5 units and side BC measured 7 units?
These are the choices.
Okay, so 1 is 15, 2 is 25, and 3 is 17.
So these are the three
So,
possible answers. We will have to select from these five options. That one only one that after the making the calculation we can reach to this
right.
option only. The second one is that second only that we can get this answer, and C is one and the second only that we can get this answer or that.
Okay.
And the second last is that one and the third, and the E is that all are the answers. So what we can say, let's see if you have any idea.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess since this is a triangle, you probably have to use the Pythagorean theorem or Pythagoras theorem, whatever it is called, and then you would do 5 squared plus 7 squared is equal to c squared, and then you would do 25 plus 49, and which is 74, and
Keep
then
on working, keep on working.
yeah, and then I think you take the square root of that to or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but
Okay,
I'm
okay,
thinking something
okay.
like that.
Nothing. Actually, you are what we are looking for. That is the perimeter. What I mean to say, the sum of all the three sides. Okay, am I right? Perimeter.
Oh, right. Yeah.
We are looking for the perimeter, and
Okay.
the second thing is that here there is not mentioning the type of the triangle. What I mean to say, there is no right angle triangle. We are not sure
Oh,
about that.
yeah.
We are not sure about that we are dealing with the right angle triangle. But, but anyhow, uh, instantly, if we just all of a sudden there is a problem and you are just taking a start, what I mean to say that this is all the time flashing in front of you, and you cannot come with the right idea. But anyhow, it's I think at this moment you are not able to guess any A, B, C, D, E. So okay, it's all right. So we are here just to talk about that, and we will have to just switching over to the mathematical mind. What I mean to say that all of a sudden you are just in a different world. So here,
Right.
from this point now, looking at this problem, so you will have to tune to your mind, to your thinking, to the mathematical way. What I mean to say, you are going to a new world. That is the mathematical world. So you will have to think about all the things which you have learned, and definitely you will have to recall a lot of things about the triangles and their properties and this and that. So it's a very brainstorming, and instantly nobody can catch the right idea, and nobody can
Right.
instantly talk about the right option. So it's a nothing. It's all right. So you are just going
Okay.
to start. You are just tuning the channel of your mind. So let's see how can we just change the mind to think about the solution of this problem. So let's see. I'm sure at the end of the day, you will say it's just like a childish problem. It's so simple that anybody can talk about that. But anyhow, just to reach the what we can say out of the sight, out of the mind, whatsoever you can say. But anyhow, let's see how we will proceed to get the right answer. So as usual,
Okay.
so that's why I am the what is my method is I am used to teach almost all of the classes. So it's my philosophy or my way of teaching that I am going into the depth of the problem. What I mean to say that we must know each and everything about the things, and definitely if we have the as much information as we can, so we can
Right.
have develop the idea, the understanding. So I used to teach the A level, O level classes in Pakistan, and also what we can say our localized board examinations. A lot of people are, and when I was in Air Force, so at that time I was used to teach all the cadets and that. So that is a different type of the syllabus for all that was of the mathematical nature, and we used to take a lot of time to discuss the problems and reaching the solution. But anyhow, it's all okay now. We are just going to start. So it's my way I look at this. The part one.
Okay.
So this
Basic.
time,
Oh,
yes, basic property of triangles. Now
okay.
I'm just putting you the way. So do you know any property of the triangle? Any property? There are a lot of properties of the triangles.
Right.
Can you recall?
Okay. So, well, I think like maybe. So, do you mean like different types of triangles or
Whatsoever you
like
can
proper?
recall. One was that instantly you will think about that. That was the Pythagoras theorem. That is all about the right
Yeah.
angle triangle. So that is a theorem
Right.
well established. Anybody can recall that, but that the necessary condition is that the triangle must be of a right angle triangle.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, any other
So,
property? Any
yeah,
other property?
yeah, the interior is like 180. Like the sum should be 180 degrees of like all
Okay,
the inside
okay,
angles.
okay. It's a absolutely right that the sum of all the angles of triangle is 180. It's a very good idea. But if we are just talking about the recent problem, the problem in hand, there is nothing about the angle, nothing
Right.
about the angle, and we are not looking for the angles. The angles are not given even, so
Yeah.
we cannot think about that. That we must go through the angles or measurements or the sum or whatsoever you can. So other than this,
Um. Oh, isn't it that like two sides, the sum of two sides is greater than another? Like the
absolutely
other.
right. So this is absolutely right. So from this point now, you are with me, and definitely you have the what a wonderful idea that the sum of the two sides is always greater the length of the third side. See, this is the basic property. That's why I have written basic property of triangles. So this is the basic one, and this is that's why I am saying that put someone in the thinking mode. What I mean to say, if he is thinking, so that will come with a solution. But if he is not thinking, he is just looking for the solution, so it's no way
Right.
that he can use the mind. So he is all the time looking for the solution, waiting for the next step to copy it or just
Right.
to jot down or whatsoever you can say it, looking for the solution. We are not looking for the solution. We are traveling through the journey to the solution. So that's why
Okay.
it's a right idea. But we can say that must be the first thing. Whatsoever the triangle is, whatsoever the type is, so these facts will remain intact. This will be the fundamental. Whatsoever you are talking about, the right angle triangle, isosceles triangle, cycloid triangle, equilateral, equiangular, whatsoever the type of the triangle is. So this property will be the basic one. So no one can put the restriction on this property that the sum of the length of the two sides must be greater to the length of her side. Am I right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
your thinking and you are coming with the right idea. So we will just work about this and we'll keep this idea in mind. So basic properties. Let's see how can we proceed further. So property relating to sides of triangle. So it's a triangle. We are not talking about any specific triangle. So we are just taking any type of a triangle. Let's see. Please read this one.
Okay. Sum of any two sides should be greater than the third side.
Okay, this was your thinking. Okay. Let's see. Next is
AB plus BC is greater than AC. AB plus AC is greater than BC. BC plus AC is greater than AB.
so all the possibilities because we don't sure about
Right.
the things. Two things are given, one is missing. So that may be any one of these. Okay.
Right.
Please read this one. Flashing
Okay.
over there.
Oh, for practical reasons, one can rewrite the property as the sum of two smaller sides is greater than the longer side.
Longer side, two smaller side. Even some of the two smaller sides making this fact true. That their sum must be greater to the longest side of the triangle. So we will keep this thing
Okay.
in mind.
All right.
Second is look at this part
Using the
second.
property. Oh, right.
So second part is whatsoever the information we have or whatsoever we are thinking about that or any idea that is flashing in our mind. So that must be utilized now. Use the property to solve the equation. Question. So it's we have one thing and that is applicable for every triangle and we are keep on working on this property. The reason is, what is the reason? Why we are just utilizing this? Why are you not thinking about the other properties of triangle? There are so many other properties.
Because they can't like apply to every like triangle.
Every triangle, and one more thing is that is we the given information about the lengths. We have the length of two sides. Am I right? We have the length
Right,
of
yeah.
two sides. That
Right.
the length of two sides is given. That the two lengths are given. So it's the best use this one because lot of information is given. So we are not thinking about the properties relating to the angles of triangle. So we are not thinking about any other thing. We are not thinking about the ratios, the lengths and this and that. We are just working on this property. This is the all-around property because the lengths of two sides are given. So that's why it's a more suitable way to use this property. We are using only one property. Okay. So all the time, as I was saying, that there must be, the problem must be in front of you. Which of the following could be perimeter of triangle? So side AB measures 5 units and side BC measures 7 units. Options 15, 25, and the third one is 17. So this must be all the time in front of you. So that's why we are just working on this one. This idea that the sum of the two sides is greater than the third side. So now step one is, please read this step one.
Sure. Compute the range for sides AC.
So we are looking for AC because AB is given 5 unit and the length of the BC side is also 7 unit. So we are missing just for AC. And these are the options. So we'll have to calculate the range. That what is the range of this AC. So for the range, it's a basic rule that just the least one and the maximum, the minimum and the maximum, that will describe, that will define our range. So let's see how we'll do this. The next step is, what is the least value of side AC? Can you think
so-
about that?
Sure. Well, it can be 1, can it? Because, oh wait, no, because it'd probably have to be 3 or 2.
Okay, now if you can look at this, the 5 units and the 7 units. So
Right.
if we are just adding these, we will get the 12. Okay, am I right?
Right.
So that must be, the sum must be greater than that. This is 12.
Right. So it's
So the least value must lie. Please read this one.
AC will be one of the smaller sides.
This one, while computing.
Oh, while computing least value, AC will be one of the smaller sides.
One of the smaller sides. So we are not sure that which one is the smaller. That maybe BC is the smaller, or AC is the smaller, or AB is the smaller. But BC is greater than AB, but not sure about AC. That AC may be greater than BC. Till now,
Right.
the BC is the smallest one, but AC will be one of the smaller side, not the smallest. That may be smaller
Right.
than this one or than this one. Okay, let's see. BC is the longest of 3 sides. This BC.
Okay.
So BC is 7. So AB is smaller than BC. Then AC,
Okay.
third one, may be the smallest one. That may be the smallest one. So that's why AC will be one of the smaller sides. So BC is the longest of the 3 sides till now.
Right.
Okay. So from here, what we can write, that AB plus AC, that must be less than BC. What I mean to say, the 7 is given. So we are just supposing this, that the other side, the third one, is also smaller than this one. So we are considering it that BC is the longest. So that's why
Right.
the sum of the 2 smaller sides is greater than the other side. What I mean to say, even the largest side, even the longest side. So
Right.
this property holds for each and everything. Even you have the longest side, but even then that will be that the longest side must be less than the sum of the other 2 sides. So that's why if BC is the longest one, that is 7 unit, then it will be less than their sum of the other 2 sides. Anyhow, we are just supposing this one. Next is we are putting the values. AB.
Right.
AB is 5 plus as it is AC, and that must be greater than 7. So we can solve this inequality. Now we are talking about the inequality first time. So solution of the inequality is just like the solution of equations. There are some exceptions. So we'll talk about that. But this is so simple. So we just want to get rid of this 5. So if you are adding -5 to both sides of the inequality, we will get rid of this 5. So this time we have done this, that we are adding -5 to the left hand side of the equality as well as to the right hand side of the equality. So AC is greater than 2. That's right.
Okay.
AC is greater than 2.
Right.
So AC is the third side, and we are looking for that. If we can find the third side, we can calculate the perimeter. So this is the most wanted answer, that we will have to make the calculation. We cannot find the perimeter until we have the length of 3 sides. So that's why we are interested to calculate the third side. So this time that is the greater than 2, but not a fixed number. Greater than 2, there are infinite number of numbers that are
Right.
greater than 2. So it's just we are bracketing our calculation between two numbers, that our AC side that must be greater than 2 in measures. So
Right.
this is the one thing. Now let's see, just parallel to the least value for AC is delta more than 2. What I mean to say, delta
Okay.
more than 2, it's a greater than 2, that may be 0.0009 whatsoever, that is slightly greater than 2, not equal to 2. What I mean is to say that AC is not 2, it's a slightly greater than 2. At least that must be, at least value is that must be slightly greater. And how much greater, we don't know. We will have to do something. Now let's see, it's a greater than 2. Okay. Now the second idea is, what is the largest value of side AC?
The largest value is
Okay,
is
okay.
it 11? Is it like 11? Or
Now what you can say, that what is the largest value of AC side? So AC side, that must be the largest value. So while computing largest value, AC will be the longest side.
okay.
But even then, the sum of the other two sides must be greater than AC. Am I right?
Right.
Even then, the sum of the other two sides must be greater than this AC. If AC is the
Right.
longest one, even then, we will put
Yeah.
this in the mathematical form. That is what I was saying, that the sum of the other two sides must be greater than AC, even if AC is the greatest, the longest side. So this can be written as this: the sum of the other two sides must be greater than AC. So this time we have the AB and also we have the BC. We are looking for AC.
Right.
Put the values. That is, AB is coming 5 and BC is
Right.
7. So AC is less than 12.
Okay.
So from here, can you conclude the result from here? That is the largest value for AC is a delta less than 12. The least value for AC is delta more than 12. These are the final statements. You can see the bottom of these two parallel statements. One is this one.
Yeah.
So now we have the two brackets. That is X, we can say, the excluding the endpoints. We have the open interval. Do you know the open interval, not including the last two values? So the value of AC must lie between 2 and 12. Am I right?
Right.
That should not exceed, that must be less than 12, and value of AC must be greater than 2.
Okay.
Are you getting this?
Yeah.
Okay, it's clear. Now we have the two limits, that whatsoever the value we are looking for, that we are looking for the third side, that is AC. So its value must lie between 2 and 12, the open interval. 2 is not included, the endpoints are not included in this interval. 12 is also not included. So I must get the value between 2 and 12, that AC, the length of AC must be greater than 2, but not greater than, not equal to 12, even less than 12.
Okay.
So this is the point. Therefore, please read this one. How can you read this?
Sure. Therefore 2 is less than AC, and AC is greater than 12.
So you can say AC is greater than 2 but less than 12. Am I right?
Right. Yeah.
AC is greater than 2 and less than 12. So AC is the third side.
Yeah.
So the measurement of this side must be less than 12, but that must be greater than 2.
Yeah.
So this is the, what we can say, this is the flashing idea. We are just coming close to the right solution. What I mean to say, that we have decided that we'll have to pinpoint that uh, number that must lie between these two values. That number must be greater than 2 and less than 12. Okay.
Right.
Now let's see how can. The next one is step 2. So that the step 1 was, if we are just looking back this, so this is the step 1, that we are
Okay.
not calculating the right answer, but we are just bracketing ourselves. We are just limiting ourselves that what the value we are looking for, that must lie between something, that we must be restricted to keep ourselves between somewhere in the numbers. It's a number game. We are looking for the digits. We are looking for the numbers. So in this slide, in all these steps, we are just facilitating ourselves to be restricted between two numbers. So we are far away from that number. Still, we are away from that number. We will have to calculate that one also. So step 2, now range for the perimeter. What I mean to say, that our
Right.
problem is perimeter. So how can we calculate the perimeter? Perimeter is the sum of the three sides. So two sides are given. About third side, we have fixed ourselves that must be greater than 2 if we are looking for the a minimum perimeter of a triangle with a minimum length of the third side that must be greater than 2. So we can get the least value of perimeter. That is in this way. And if we are just thinking about the longest side, that AC is the longest side. So once again, the length of this longest side AC must be less than 12, not even equal to
Okay.
12. So from here, we can guess the perimeter. We can almost say something about the perimeter. Let's see. What is the least value of perimeter?
So it'd be 12 plus 2, or a little like more than 2. So
Okay. Let's see this one. That the side ABC measures 5 units and side BC measures 7 units. It's all like the given. The third side is, now we have the three sides. Third side must lie between this and that. So if we are looking for the least value, so we will have to suppose that it's a greater than 2. And it must not
Right.
exceed. So let's see if we are looking for the least value of perimeter. To compute least value of perimeter, use lower bound of AC. This is the lower one.
Right.
Okay. So that must be, the perimeter must be A plus B plus C plus A. As I was saying, that this is the sum of the length of three sides. So
Yeah.
this is the formula to calculate the perimeter P, and we are putting the values. P is 5 plus 7, value greater than 2, value greater than 2. So that may be a point, that may be a fraction. Then we can, if we can put the value greater than 2, then that must be the least value of the perimeter. We are limiting ourselves to calculate the least value of perimeter. Right? So,
Right.
okay. So this perimeter must be greater than 14 at least.
Right.
Why you are not saying it must be equal to 14?
Oh, because it's a little bit, what you call it, like more. So it's greater than 2, not exactly 2.
Yes, absolutely right. If you are putting the three values, so we have to put slightly greater value for AC than 2. So if we are calculating now, if we are just putting the summation sign, doing some mathematics, we are adding all these. So our perimeter must be greater than 14. Must be greater than 14. Okay. Now let's see, think about the other lines.
Okay.
That is what is the largest value of perimeter.
Right.
So this is just like these
It's
steps.
less
These
than 12.
steps. Okay,
Right.
let's see. To compute largest value of perimeter, use upper bound of AC, upper bound, that is 12. So P,
Right.
that is the perimeter, this length of first side plus the length of second, these are given, and value lesser than 12, not equal to 12, that may be 11.999. So that must be the less than this. So we have what P, if you're just putting 12.
It's,
So what should be the sum? 12
yeah.
plus 12, 24, but that parameter must be slightly less than 24. Okay. Now we have the two parameters.
be less than 24.
Okay. That
Right.
parameter must be greater than 14, but less than 24. Now coming back to the options.
Okay.
Options are given.
So
This. So
it can be
okay. These are the three options. And then look at this one. So P must lie between 14 and 24. P must lie between, that P must be greater than
Right.
14. So greater than 14 is 15.
right.
And P
15.
must be less than 24. So that must be less
So
than.
it's also 3.
Okay, let's see. So step 3, check which option
Yeah.
will fall within the range. Which option? That one.
Okay.
14, perimeter lies between 14 and 24. 15. So this may be the option.
Right. This is N3. Yeah. So 1 and 3 are options.
Okay, second cannot be. So the first right option is that this must be this one. Because
Yeah.
it's a greater than 14 and less than 24. Less than 20, how much less? We don't know. So that's why this 15 is looking okay, that this must be this one, that parameter must be 15, that is greater than 14. So we can select this answer. On the other way,
Okay.
if we are looking for the 24, there is no way, because the parameter must be less than 24 and it's a 25. So it's a wrong option, totally wrong. No choice. Think about that. The next one is 17. So it's also looking good.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
looking, because it's still fall in the range. That is, this one is that the parameter must be less than 24 and that must be greater than 14. If we are selecting this answer, it's all okay. If we are going for this, it's not any way to select this one. And if there is 17, so it's once again, we can talk about that. That is also less than that. But there is no way to click this one. There is no way to click this one. It's all right. It's okay. So both are the option. So if you are going back to, I will send all these slides to you, so you can think about that. So when the 5 options are in front of you, so which one is option first and third? Option first and third. Here,
Right.
first and third.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember like the actual option from the question, but I know it's like you have to choose one.
That was our first or second slide. We can look at this. I will show you. So let's see. So correct answer choice D. D in the sense that in first the A is
Okay.
second, B is only the second one, and C is only the third one, and the next one is one and second, the other one is one and third, the last one is second and third. So these are the options over there. So you can see from here, and I will show you. So correct answer is D, and D says that both one and third, the option first and the third, that is given the choice D. Should we look again, go to the these option slides, or you can visualize?
No, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Okay, you got it. Because you can think about these lines, that options are written in the way that the A option is that A is the choice, then second one is for the second, third, and both, and this and that. So we will see later on. So an alternative method, use answer choice, is smarter method. Can you think about the other way to find the answer? Any idea this time?
Well, no, like other like method, but like you could use the same thing and do
Okay, let's see. This was the basic property, and at the start of that you have just pointed out this property, and we have used that one, and we reached the right answer. Now let's see if there is the alternative method, that is the smarter method. Little bit tricky one, but I mean to say where we don't have to do that much calculation. That's why this is called smart method. Let's see. It's just what we can say for the learning purpose, and one can say that there are so many ways to the solution. If there is a single problem, it has 100 solutions. So let's see the other way to the solution. The same problem that is written at the top of the slide, same options, same units, same data. Approach: compute C for each option and see if it is satisfy the basic property relating to sides of triangle. Now you are coming to the, I am sure that you are just thinking about that.
right.
How can we calculate the C? The what I mean to say, let's see. I am just telling you that here we are talking about the each option. How many options, by the way? How many options to calculate C from this data? The data is given in front of you. If okay, I am just going to help you. This is if we are supposing that our answer is 15. Right. So if the perimeter is 15, the two sides are given, we can find the third side. Can we find?
Did you say something? Because I think your voice is cutting out.
No, okay. What I am saying,
that
if we are going for the option 1, that is 15.
Right.
If 15 is a perimeter, two sides are given, can we calculate the third side?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you can calculate the third side. That is verbal if you are just doing 12 minus 15. Okay, am I right? So 15 minus 12. So what should be the length of third side?
So it would be 12 minus 15, 3.
3. Okay. So can you make use of the basic property that the sum of the any two sides must be less than the third side? So here you can use, if 3 is the third side, can we make the property that sum of any two sides must be greater than the third side?
Yes.
How? If you are taking the
5 plus 3 is greater than 7.
7 plus. Okay, if 7 is the measure of BC. So in this case, BC is the longest side. So 15 is a possibility. 15 is the possible. Right. And let's see how it is possible. sum of two smaller sides should be greater than the longer side. So that's why parameter is 15. It's all okay, because if you are just taking this, that P 5 plus 7 is plus AC is 15. This is the parameter. So you can get AC is equal to 3. So if you are utilizing this property, now we have 3, 7, and 5. So the sum of two sides is greater, that is 8 is greater than 7. So that's why this is greater than 7. It's all okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can go for the option 1. Option 1 is all right. Let's see the other possibility. We are going for the each option. Think about 25. So second parameter is 25. If you're going for that, so you must say that the sum of the three sides must be equal to 25. So in this way, what you are getting that AC is 13. Now AC is 13. So if you are using the property, so 5 plus 7 is 12. That is not greater than 13.
Yeah.
It's not possible, because the sum of any two sides, is not greater than the third one. So look at this. This is wrong. No way. If you are considering 25, so there is no way to get this one, because one side is the longest side, and that must be less than the sum of the other two sides. Okay. So no option. The last option is the parameter is 17. So once again, the same. Sum of the three sides must be equal to 17. If you are, this is the parameter. So AC is 5. So now we have 7, 5, and 7. If we are adding any two sides, that is 12, or that is 10, that is greater than the third side. That 5 plus 5 is greater than 7. So yes, it's a correct. So this is, I think, the more smarter way to find out. Am I right? Are you getting this? Hello?
Yeah, okay. I can hear you now.
Okay. It's so simple that you can just work out. You can use this method also. So option 1 and third, correct answer is D. Once again, we are reaching at the same conclusion using this one slide method. This is only the one slide, and this is a little smarter than the previous one, that we can think about that. But one way or the other, we are using the same property, so we will have to use that, because we are talking about the length of the sides. So there is no way to use any angle property or any other property. So this is, once again, what we can say, the choice is D. So points to remember. Now at the end, these points we can use, make use of these points to the 100 of the problems relating to triangle. So let's see, just see the glimpses of these important points. One is triangle properties. When we talk about the triangle properties, there are so many, but we'll talk about the sides relevant to the length of the sides, relating to sides of a triangle. So one thing is, sum of any two sides should be greater than the third side. It's absolutely right.
Yeah.
For practical reasons, one can rewrite the property as sum of the two smaller sides must be greater than the longer side. Even you are considering two smaller sides, their sum must be greater than the longer side alone. So the same thing is written in the other form. So this is all about that. So we are offering online classes, and even O level and A level. So a lot of people are here in Pakistan, and they are attending our classes, one-on-one classes, just like this one, which we are. So this is all about that. If you want to say anything or any question, query, quiz, so you're most welcome.
No, I don't have a question.
Okay, then it's okay. Thank you very much. So it's all about that today. So Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.